Yeah, we'll kind of keep this really short tonight. I know it's 1 a.m. These late games, especially on a Tuesday, are extremely hard for everyone. Uh, I'll just kind of say, like, good job just getting the win tonight. Um, I don't really think we can play much worse than what we showed tonight. I think that this, although the defense was elite, in the first game it totally changed. Even though our offense wasn't great, the fact is that we kind of bounced back tonight, played much better on defense, which is awesome to see. But this was like the game for Minnesota to win. Like we shoot 21%, they shoot 20, like 35 or something, and beat us, and it just never came about that way. So big job by the Lakers to even get this one, barring the circumstances. So LeBron's got to be better. Reeves has to make shots. Ruiz can't be afraid to shoot. Hayes was god awful. Hayes was atrocious. Luca was Luca. Like I'm really just leaving this game as like we won tonight. Like that's good. I think is really all I'm saying. Um, but I kind of see this going six. I think that we split Minnesota. We win game five, and we should win game six in my mind. We're definitely the better team though. Like we played bad tonight, and they played okay, and we still were able to win. Like we were much worse than they were offensively as well.
Send me co-host Clutch 2-3. But yeah, what's up,
I
guys?
got you.
I'm Jake. I'm friends with Kanan and Clutch 2-3 and Chris and stuff. I was very disappointed by the offense, but not by the effort or the effort on offense. Like the ideas were always right, right? Like lob to LeBron here to energize the crowd. Great. Didn't happen though. This open three, that open three, catch and shoot off all the ideas were right. I think Austin and LeBron had the right idea, but it did not work. It was honestly one of the worst LeBron games I've ever seen, especially with high stakes. Like there's versions of LeBron in the past who would have been impossible for him to play like that. But he's 40 years old, and this is a reality. And I'm reminded that in the playoffs, you have to win these sort of games. And I think for that reason, at the end of the day, Lakers fans should be feeling good. If I was a Wolves fan, I would be feeling horrible because the Lakers played that bad offensively and you still couldn't win. And if you stole that game, I mean, they probably win the series. I don't want to say for sure we could go tie it or something, but they probably win the series if they steal this game. And they easily should have. I think we're the better team. I don't think they're much far behind. And I think it's fair to give credit where credit's due. Like they have a very good team who played horrible tonight. And I thought we played horrible tonight, at least on offense.
Yeah.
So a lot's gonna change on both sides. Both teams have to go travel back. We'll see what happens. But game three becomes like the most crucial game in forever for the Lakers, it feels like. Like you
Yeah.
need it. You need
There's
it.
there's gonna be a game where we shoot 45 to 55% from three, and we just blow them out of the water. Like that game was their game one, and we still haven't had ours yet. Where we're just gonna shoot like everything's just gonna go in, and we're gonna win by 30. But like we just got to figure out something more on offense. We're having very bad, like stagnant, like 4 minute stretches where we're trying to hunt Gobert with Luca, which I like, but like they're Gobert's able to like stay with him well enough because he's not like this elite or get to the basket guy. Reeves was able to get around him a couple times pretty easily, but like I'd much rather just see Luca like try to attack McDaniels and get like a him in bigger foul trouble like he did in the first quarter more, and he went away from that, and it just didn't make a lot of sense. But I don't know. I mean, Ant still did his thing. He wasn't like great, and he'll be better in one of these games, but like the whole business of just let Julius Randle just have the ball and back down and do whatever he wants is like perfect. And you saw it tonight. He's gonna have 30 points and be horrible. Like he can shoot have 30 points, shoot 13 of 19, and be a horrible offensive player for them just because he's gonna clog up everything. So the
That's what
Lakers
they
got
don't get on their end, though. It's like
correct.
other teams want, and I know they don't want to like admit this, but the reality is your second best player on offense is Julius Randle. I mean, I think it would be like a Nas Reed in a perfect world, but it's really Julius Randle. The other team wants Julius Randle to have 30 points because that probably means you won the game, to simplify it to that level. So the whole Julius Randle thing doesn't work. Ant is really,
How many
really
assists did
good.
you think
He's
Ant had
Ant is the
tonight?
second best player in the series by far. It's not even close.
How many assists did you think Ant had tonight, Jake?
I don't know.
He
What
had
is it?
0.
Yeah, and like his scoring wasn't great either. So we've definitely figured out, and now we have two games to look at. We figured out Ant in both games, besides the passing event last game. So they made an adjustment. But they've also figured out Randall, despite what the box score says, to Caden's point. Because every time he took a shot in that mid range, I'm like, this is kind of a win of a possession.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, they're just able to completely um, let Julius Randle just do Julius Randle shit, and they can. Like, I mean, they did so much better just staying glued to the corners, and that just like totally changes everything now. So like, and they're bringing the guy from behind, like Hayes or DFS underneath the rim to be the guy to double, and they don't have any kick out lanes anymore because they're not doubling from the corners, and it's just totally changed everything. So I mean, good adjustment by JJ. I mean, they're gonna adjust back. I mean, I don't know how much better defense they can play Timberwolves than tonight. Um, with also like, I feel like we had the last like 15 open threes. I felt like we made one of them. So yeah. Uh, Earl, I'll kind of swing it over to you now. Go ahead. I know Mark's kind of on like an 8-minute countdown now.
Yeah, I feel like tonight probably the worst offensive game I'm seeing from us. 20% from three was absolutely diabolical. But what I will say is defense looked great. I mean, that's two games in a row. I feel like Bron's been playing great defense and arguably been our best defender on the floor. He's getting down. He's playing aggressive from first quarter to fourth quarter. I love that. 3-point shooting tonight, absolutely horrible. Austin Reeves. Honestly, if Austin Reeves could have hit three threes, I think he had a great game. But anything else, Austin Reeves out there, he was playing defense. He got some charge. He got a charge call, which was huge at the time. That little mid-range shot was going in. He had some nice layups as well. But we got to find our 3-point shooting. And yeah, if you're a Minnesota fan, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry you got to wake up, go to sleep, being a Minnesota fan, knowing you lost the game when we played our worst. Like it only goes up from here, by the way. So and also last thing I'll say, I had people in my comments talking about Nas Reed. Oh, Nas Reed's gonna have 25 plus again. Jaden McDaniels, bro. We're not worried. Bro, go check real. Tell me what they did tonight. Absolutely nothing. Magnet ball first game. We're not moved. Lakers in 5. We ball.
Mal, who allowed Shea to shoot 30 shots tonight? I know you're laughing right now as I'm saying this.
Who
Shea was,
cares? They
I
can do
just looked at
whatever they
this.
want.
He shot 10 of 30?
Yeah, and who
Oh,
won?
hell no. Well,
Who
super team
won?
around Shea.
I'm not gonna lie, and they're pushing the narrative. He just doesn't care about these games, and I mean,
And that's facts, though.
I don't
No, hold
know.
on. That's facts, though. Why we can't criticize Shea when his team is that good that he built. He was the first one in that building. He built that shit, the culture, and it's all role players too. It's not like it's unethical. And you draft Chet number 2. You get a steal with Jalen Williams. I just think the Thunder have done everything the right way. Like, we may have to play them if we can get out of these series, get to the Western Conference Finals. We know how good they are. I think they've done everything the right way, honestly. And Shay, the foul baiting thing, just since we're on that topic, it's not that much different than Luca. It's not that much different than Brunson, who's worse than Shea. And the list
Mm,
goes on of a lot of these top stars,
yeah,
mostly guards. And that's a fact, and you know that.
yeah, but SGA's been pretty brutally inefficient these first two games. Is
I just don't think it matters, was kind of my point. Like, he can do anything in the world and be fine because of what they've built there. Clearly, he's in a different situation than other stars.
I'll
um
say one more thing before I swing it over. I don't know what the fuck Jackson Hayes has decided to do these last two games, but tonight was fucking abysmal. Not only on the fucking defensive end, he sets two illegal screens. He has in 9 minutes one rebound, and he committed five fouls and bitched after every single one. If I'm JJ, I'm sure you're losing your fucking mind on the sideline, even the thought of having to put him into the basketball game.
Agreed.
Like, it's fucking horrendous to watch. There's no way that we should be this bad with him on the court right now. And he's not doing a fucking thing right, and he's bitching and complaining, and it's annoying as shit to watch. He was complaining about a moving screen where he literally hip checked the shit out of McDaniels, and it was clear as day, and was bitching about it. I mean, they got to sit him down and figure this out, because if we can keep him on the floor, our rebounding and paint protection is so much better, but he's been that ass he can't stay on the floor. Like, it has to be better.
How is
Um,
our okay? So I agree with all that, but just to play devil's advocate, the worst matchup for Jackson Hayes is going up against Rudy Gobert, Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, one of the biggest teams in the NBA. If you play Jackson Hayes versus small team, you get that advantage back. So just to play devil's advocate with that, this is a really bad matchup for Jackson Hayes, and because of that, I would probably just play DFS and make them take out Gobert more often than not.
yeah, Gobert was fucking horrible for them. Oh my gosh. His hands around the rim, like he's 2 of 5. He had 6 rebounds only. We fouled him a lot. I will give you that underneath the rim on some of these more rebounds, but like they just can't do anything. I'll swing it over to speakers really quick. Ash, I'll start with you. What do you got?
Hey man, I'm just glad we got the win because that was a pretty ugly game. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I give Rui a pass. He got hit in the face, so hopefully that's not serious. Reeves was awful again. LeBron, great defensively. Offensively, I thought he was pretty terrible. That play where Reeves ran down and threw a lob to LeBron, I was just like, what the fuck am I watching? And yeah, that shit was pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. If LeBron and Reeves can come along for the ride offensively, I think this series is over. I don't think the Wolves have a chance. That's what's really been keeping the games close, or us getting blown out in game one. Was them two have not really played well so far, at least on the offensive end. And then it's always good to see that Naz Reid wasn't running down the court laughing this game, and Julius Randle had another fake ass night, and Jaden McDaniels was a bum.
Yeah, we
And
did a lot with Naz Reid, with switching everyone on to Naz Reid and staying attached to him, and Luka was able to hide a lot defensively guarding him. But he was great
yeah,
on defense. But they were switching everyone on to Naz Reid and just being like, "We're not going to leave the corner anymore."
facts.
Uh, yeah, I agree completely. I think Minnesota played their A+ game in game one, and I think that's really hard to repeat that level. Um, And I just think you've seen the Lakers play like a C game, and then like a fucking tonight was probably like even worse. Like maybe it was a 2D+ games. Um, but yeah, I like we said earlier, like Minnesota's got like tonight was the game for them to get. Like shoot 30 something% from three. Couple more things go this way. They were down 9, and Ant missed back at like a wide open three, and so did like out like Alexander Walker had a couple. Like they could never hit the big shot to get it to like 6. So 100% agree. Tax collector, I'll go over to you.
Yeah. Like everybody's been saying, just horrible game. So glad we won, but man, that was brutal. Um, giving up 20-point lead, like that's just I hate it when that happens. So um I will say this. I don't remember who said this earlier, but yeah, Luca, if he just stopped attacking the paint. Um, in the second half. And what I've noticed is that the Wolves are using the same defensive strategy that the Celtics used against us when we played them in Boston, where they were pressing. They were pressing our ball handlers full court, and the thing that turned around in that game was that because Luca was getting pressed by Jalen Brown, he just posted up. He just was posting up in the second half of that game. And he started off doing that in this one, right? McDaniels was, oh my gosh, it was barbecue chicken. It was barbecue chicken down there. Him and Na, just whoever was put on Luca in this game. And then they just, yeah, I don't remember who who said that earlier. But yeah, they just went away from that. But yeah, just the other thing, just Jackson Hayes. Oh my gosh, just that play where he blocked. Well, it was a goaltend, and he like that was just ridiculous.
Bro, he went illegal screen and then sent a ball that was literally about to go into the hoop. And I was like, there's no way that JJ Redick's going to play him. And he took him out instantly. And I was like, holy shit. Like, that might have been one of the
And he
worst minute stretches
complained
you'll see.
every time. And like,
Right.
just really hot take to your point though, tax collector. Like, do you think it's slightly actually not Hayes' fault, the Lakers' fault? Because the Lakers went into, after the AD trade, they went into the rest of the season in playoffs with Jackson Hayes as their main center. So now we're seeing the effects of Jackson Hayes as your only center.
Right, right. And he's a good backup, right? Like and even for part of the season he was, pretty good, but teams, it seems like they figured him out that, he doesn't have a post game, like not one single post move. Like not one, right? Dwight Howard at least had that little turnaround, that little spin move, right? Jackson Hayes, he doesn't even have that. His footwork is non-existent. Basically, his offense is dunk the ball. Um, which
With
if
bad
he could,
hands.
right, with bad hands. And like I was just thinking that he's a worse version of Bismack Biyombo. Like at least Biyombo will give you, a block or two a game. Like Hayes can't even do that.
I think that
So
they gotta figure that out. Maybe I do think next game, and I've kind of been on the opposite end of it, but I changed my stance now. I would probably play Connect over Goodwin's minutes. Goodwin's just not really being
Thank
productive
you.
on anything, and I think that maybe giving Connect like a 6 minute stretch with a few shots and seeing how they look. And I mean,
Thank
sadly,
you.
it just is what it is for Connect. If he goes 2 for 3, he'll stay. If he goes 1 for 3 or 0 for 3, he just won't. And it's just
That's
maybe,
fine though.
yeah.
That's fine though. If Connect goes 2 of 3 or 2 of 4 in 6 minutes, that changes the complexion of the game, in my opinion.
I agree. I think that they need to look at um, someone else helping them out offensively. I think LeBron and Luca and Reeves were gassed late just because of the intensity of how they had to play on defense and rebounding to help out because they play small. Um, I think it was just extremely frustrating. Like in the fourth quarter, like we had 15 points. In the first quarter, we're killing them offensively. We have all this energy and they just have so many guys that they can throw out there, like Steven Shinzo and Nas Reed, and you know that they can score. And like we have Vanderbilt, Goodwin, and Vincent hit a couple shots tonight, which were big, but like it's just we're not getting like the 20-point bench scoring games from anyone. So maybe you try it and locked in defensively.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I was.
KJ,
Oh
oh sorry, go ahead.
no,
You're
my
good. Go
bad.
ahead.
My bad. I was just gonna say, just last thing, Goodwin, for the last month, like once he once he basically was promised a spot on the team, he's just not been the same. So
Yeah, he'll. It's just this is a hard series for him, but it should maybe get like this is just a rough series for a lot of people like Braun and Reeves offensively. It's just like they're so good defensively and so like tall and like long wingspans. It's just really hard unless you're such an elite scorer to like score. But KJ, what do you got?
What's going on, brother? It was a great game. I went to the bar by my job after work to go check the game out. And I mean, yeah, I think that you were right about saying the game was like a D plus game for us. But I mean, I thought it was still a great win. I mean, if we're playing a D plus brand of basketball and we're still whooping ass, I mean, not much that we can complain about. But I mean, I don't know. I think that Luca played great. I think Braun played well, even though he could do so much better. Reeves, I don't know what the hell is wrong with him, but hopefully he catches on. Rui, well, we ain't got to go down that road, but it was a great game. I'm really happy for our team to get this dub, and I think we'll do better on the road as well.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying. Like we just got to be the offense. Just I hope that like game 3 is kind of like the A- offensive game or a offensive game, and we can get that one then. So like game 4 is not as stressful because then
Right.
like even if you lose that, then you're like, okay, we get game 5, then we just got to win one. Game 3 is going to be a huge swing game because then you're like,
Yeah.
game 4, we have to win. So definitely, I would say go all out. I mean, getting that one would be huge. You got an extra day of rest too, which I think is needed for the amount of minutes that Luka and LeBron and Reeves played. So
Yep.
that's beneficial, but good one to get. I'm gonna kind of close it out on that. I think that maybe tomorrow Mark can, if we want to do a Spaces in the afternoon, make sure you guys follow Mark and turn on his notifications. It's just 1:05 a.m. right now where Mark
Yeah.
is, and I'm sure he's
Yeah,
tired.
me too.
Uh, yeah, so I know it's late for a lot of people. So we're gonna go ahead and call this tonight. We will figure. We'll do a space tomorrow. We'll be live for the games. Make sure you guys go to Playback TV/playoff LAL and follow our room. That's where we watched all the games. We had 1 or 2 VIP passes still available tonight. So if you guys want to watch the game with a group and hang out on stream with us, it's a ton of fun. So make sure you guys do that.
All right.
And also shout out to Novig, the #1 sports predictions app. Make sure you guys download Novig and use code playoff LAL.
Shout
But
out to
Mark, I'll let you end
my
it.
favorite Twitter account too, Clutch23 NBA fan. My
Yeah,
brother in
Thank you, Jake.
Clutch
Christ.
2-3.
Thank you,
Yes,
Jake.
sir.
But yeah, Mark, you have a good night. I
You
appreciate
too.
everyone coming up here talking.
Bye, Jake.
We'll
Bye,
do something
Kaden.
tomorrow. Have a good night,
Appreciate
everyone.
it.
Bye bye.
Peace.